Charlotte, North Carolina, a city of nearly 1 million people known for its gleaming banks and rapid growth. But in March 2020, as COVID-19 brought the world to a standstill, this bustling metropolis became the setting for a tragedy that would expose deep flaws in how society protects its most vulnerable members. This is the story of Mary Collins. She was 20 years old, loved makeup, had a quirky sense of humor, and saw the best in everyone she met. On March 28, 2020, she stepped into an Uber, excited to spend time with people she thought were friends. She would never return home. But this isn't just a story about a horrific crime. It's about a system that failed at every turn, about a family's desperate fight to be heard, and about how institutional indifference can have devastating consequences. To understand what happened to Mary Collins, you first need to understand who she was.
Mary would try to say things and get them backwards, but we understood each other. It was like I always just knew what she meant. Mia Alderman, Mary's grandmother.
Mary was born with a rare genetic condition called 22q11 deletion syndrome, previously known as D. George syndrome. This affected her development in various ways. She was born with an internal cleft palate that caused a significant speech impediment. Though chronologically 20, she had the cognitive development of a young teenager.
People need to understand. Mary wasn't like other 20-year-olds. She couldn't count change properly. She couldn't navigate familiar streets without her phone's GPS. But she had this beautiful spirit about her. Alex Gallo, Mary's aunt.
Despite her challenges, Mary was determined to live as normal a life as possible. She loved fashion and makeup, often forgoing her thick glasses when she wanted to dress up. Around her family, she was known for her quirky sense of humor and deep thoughts.
I thought she was a beautiful girl. She just had an innocence about her. She would always want to hug me in the halls. That's the Mary I remember. Just pure love. Caroline Horn, elementary school principal.
But that same trusting nature that made Mary so lovable also made her vulnerable. She was eager for friendship, quick to forgive those who hurt her, and sometimes naive about others' intentions, all traits that would ultimately be exploited by those who meant her harm. In the months leading up to March 2020, Mary had maintained an unusual friendship with Kelly Lavery and Lavi Pham. Pham had been her classmate in high school and they had briefly dated. Now he lived with his girlfriend Lavery in an upscale apartment complex in Charlotte's trendy Noda neighborhood.
There had been red flags. Kelly would bully Mary online, tell her she was disgusting, that she should kill herself. Then she'd turn around and act like they were best friends again. Mary just wanted to be accepted so badly.
The family watched this dynamic with growing concern. But in the spring of 2020, as COVID-19 began spreading across America, their attention was divided between protecting Mary and preparing for an uncertain future. On March 27, 2020, North Carolina Governor Roy Cooper issued a statewide stay-at-home order. The very next day, Mary received an invitation that would prove fatal. The Uber arrived at Mary's home on March 28th. Her grandmother, Mia Alderman, remembers trying to stop her from going.
I told the driver not to take her. He just said, "She's grown. I'm taking her," and drove off. That's the last time I saw my Mary alive. Mia Alderman.
At 6:47 p.m. that evening, Lavi Pham posted a video to Twitter. It showed Mary, without her glasses, walking down a hallway to collect a sushi delivery. She appeared happy, excited to be spending time with friends.
This type of social media posting is actually common in cases like this. Perpetrators often try to create a digital alibi, showing everything is normal when it isn't.
What happened after that video has been pieced together through police reports and witness statements. According to investigators, Lavery Pham and their friend Jimmy Salerno allegedly attacked Mary in the apartment's bathroom. The brutality of what followed would shock even veteran detectives. By March 30th, Mary hadn't responded to calls or texts, completely out of character for someone who relied on her phone to navigate the world. Her grandmother went to the apartment complex, the yards at Noda, determined to find answers.
I knew exactly where she was. I tracked her phone there, but when I got to the apartment, Kelly and Lavi said she'd left hours ago. I knew that was impossible. Mary couldn't navigate anywhere without her phone or glasses. Mia Alderman.
What followed was a bureaucratic nightmare that would haunt Mary's family forever. Despite their insistence that Mary was vulnerable and in danger, CMPD initially treated it as a routine missing persons case.
The detective told us to stop harassing Kelly and Levy, that they were feeling threatened. Can you imagine? We're begging for help, and they're worried about the comfort of the people who, as we later found out, had already killed Mary. Alex Gallo.
Each year, Charlotte-Mecklenburg Police Department handles approximately 3,500 missing persons reports. According to their website, 70% involve teenagers, mostly runaways. The other 30% are adults, and on average, less than 10 cases per year involve foul play.
The problem is this statistical approach to missing persons. Yes, most adults who go missing choose to do so, but when you have family members insisting someone with documented disabilities is in danger, that should trigger a different response. Criminal justice expert.
Detective Joshua Gaskin was assigned to Mary's case. According to the family, a single anonymous tip claiming Mary had run off with guys before seemed to color the entire investigation. Despite this being completely inconsistent with her documented disabilities and supervised lifestyle.
They had programs for people with cognitive disabilities. They had protocols for vulnerable adults. But none of that mattered because one detective decided Mary wasn't worth saving. Mia Alderman.
On April 2nd, a friend of Jimmy Salerno contacted police. According to court documents, Salerno had confided that Mary's body was hidden inside a mattress in the apartment. Even then, the first police search failed to find her. Even my folks, when they went back with the search warrant, they were shocked at how well she was concealed. We ultimately had to open up the mattress in order to find her. Detective Brian Crum. The autopsy report would reveal the full horror of what Mary endured. She had been stabbed more than 133 times. The killers had used dish soap and pumpkin spice shower gel to mask the smell of her body, which they had wrapped in plastic wrap and duct tape before concealing it in the mattress. Kelly Lavery, Lavi Pham, and Jimmy Salerno were arrested and charged with kidnapping, murder, and concealing a death. A fourth suspect, 18-year-old America Deal, was later arrested in Colorado. According to police, Salerno had met Deal on Tinder and called her to help clean up after the crime. What makes this case particularly disturbing is the premeditation involved. The Uber ride, the social media posts, the elaborate concealment of the body. This wasn't a crime of passion, this was planned. While Lavery, Pham, and Salerno remain in jail awaiting trial, Deal has bonded out and is reportedly living in South Carolina. The COVID-19 pandemic has created a massive backlog in the court system, leaving Mary's family waiting for justice.
We are new to this and never wanted to be here, but we were given no choice. So in Mary's name, we will bring light to the darkness. When someone goes missing, every hour counts. Every minute matters. The system needs to change. Mia.
In their grief, Mary's family has found purpose. They've founded an organization called Mary's Voice, dedicated to reforming how missing persons cases involving vulnerable adults are handled. Mary Collins loved makeup. She had a quirky sense of humor. She saw the best in everyone she met. She was failed by a system that was supposed to protect her, but her story has the power to create change. Of the 3,500 missing persons reports filed in Charlotte each year, police say only about 10 involve foul play. Mary Collins was one of those 10. Her family now asks a question that haunts our society.
Why aren't we treating each case like it could be one of the 10 until we know it isn't? How many more Marys have to die before we change? Alex.
If you believe these stories need to be told, if you think these voices need to be heard, please subscribe to our channel. Together we can work to ensure no other family experiences what Mary's did. Click the bell icon to be notified of new episodes as we continue to investigate the systems that are meant to protect us all.